It's me again, Demetrius Andrade, and if you're looking to take your fight game to the next level, try this, the Fighter Stack. Everything you need.
That was your rest. How you feeling?
You know, like I just worked out.
How tough are these Can you get tougher the closer to the fight? Or it's like the toughest right now?
No, you know, I've had a few that are tougher. You know, we used to do some a little bit more weighted. That was a lightweight, you know. We pushed these a few weeks ago, you know, but we're getting closer to the fight. So it's not about, we built strength already. He has the numbers, you know. He knows that I'm getting stronger, but I got to keep cutting weight. So he has to, that's why there's more mountain climbers mixed in with the circuit today, you know. It's just a little bit more cardio based. Yeah.
What's the reasoning behind that, in terms of how it'll apply to the fight?
Well, that's a conditioning circuit, right? Yeah. You know, and he took me from 250 meters on the first one to 300 to 350 on the last one. So I'm doing more, not less, as I'm getting more fatigue, right? Mm-hmm. So it's really just making you push yourself. And you know, the rower is a conditioning tool. The run is a conditioning tool. The mountain climber is a conditioning tool. The walking with the weight is like an in-between thing, but it's no rest, right? You can't really rest. That bag's 75 pounds, you know?
Oh, I know it's 75 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't look like it's 75
pounds.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Plus the...
And I got, the weight vest on.
Yeah, so it's like 100 pounds you're looking at.
I mean, it's a good circuit. You see me sweating, you know?
Yeah.
But even now, I'll do a slow burn on a spin bike for a little bit longer, just to get more of my fat burning zone, make sure that I get a little bit more of a sweat going, and then I'll jump into the infrared sauna for about 10 minutes just to close out the night. And the infrared helps with inflammation at the same time. So, you know, you do 20 minutes, you're really trying to detox and lose weight inside, you know, you're pulling water out and everything like that. I'm not using the sauna for that right now. I'm using it for the health benefits, a little bit of pulling out toxins and a little bit of the weight loss, but really just being in there, warming up all of your muscles in the heat. When you step out, your whole body, the blood flow is circulating, which is gonna help when I go home and I go to sleep or I hop inside my chamber. It's just gonna help the recovery just that much more.
What's the biggest thing you've noticed from doing these workouts? Is it the power or is it something else?
Definitely the strength, because, you know, we were working with heavier weights when I first got into the camp with Yo. And it's just been a long time since I've done any form of weight training. And at all times, it's a strength and conditioning. At all times with my auntie, even if we're on the TRX and we're doing simple one-legged hops like this, you know, at the end of the day, some of it is cardio and some of it's strength building, because, you know, you're isolating that one leg, you know, you're building your quads up, you know, so that when I'm in the ring and I got full balance, you know, I mean, we're just strong. Lower body, upper body, we're going to be strong. Today was a lower body day. That's why you saw the bands. You saw me opening up like this, because today is a little bit more of a lower body. You saw me doing the hip raises and things like that. That's all lower body.
Right?
So we fly out to LA tomorrow, but normally Friday would be another upper body. I'm here at ASPI Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday is a different thing we do here. It's not with Yo, it's with some other people he has here. I do stability and I do more of my own personal cardio. I just utilize the gym because I'm already driving out here, right? So Monday, Tuesday, Monday lower, Tuesday upper, Wednesday no Yo, back to lower today on Thursday, back to upper. So Yo is 4 days a week, Auntie's 6 days a week. You know, the gym is 6 days a week, you know.
So these are tour days, sometimes 3 days?
I mean, depending on how you want to count, you know. If I'm working with Auntie, you didn't see the morning workout today. It was killer, really killer, you know, because we did TRX, we did some things with the box, we did our own mountain climbers and different things, ball slams, then we did a core circuit, and then I was on the mitts with Dan. bust it out a little bit, more shadow boxing, a few more crunches, because I just can't, you know. But it was, this morning was like from 11 to 2:30 nonstop, you know. I mean, it's hardcore, you know. And I just feel good, man. I'm finally back. Like I said, man, I didn't talk a lot when my time was off. It was really depressing. How am I going to keep saying I'm not fighting, I'm not fighting, I'm not fighting? That's boring information. Keith Thurman's back. We're fighting, and I gave you a good comeback fight. I'm thankful to the fans that came out to the Barclays. You don't know how overwhelming that was to just have a pretty much packed arena once again after 2 years of time off. It just showed me how much love I get in this sport. You know, a lot of times people, and you guys will come and reflect like some of the negative talk. You good, yo? I'll see you Monday. Yep. Thank you. You know, they reflect some of the negative talk. How do you feel about them saying this? How do you feel about them saying that? But ultimately, man, there's just more love, man, because I wouldn't be where I'm at in the sport of boxing if people didn't love boxing, right? So there's tons of love, and my comeback fight in New York, it showed me the love. We got this big, tremendous fight against Pacquiao, you know, I mean, you know, regardless of what people say, regardless of how people feel about, you know, if I'm respecting him, disrespecting him too much, you know, you don't do my job. You don't walk the path that I walk. You haven't dealt with the injuries that I dealt with. You haven't persevered the way that I persevered, you know? I straight up fought Danny Garcia with a bone spur in my elbow. That's like a pitcher going, you know, pitching up against a high-class team like the New York Yankees or something, knowing he still has injury or something in his shoulder torn, but he persevered through that, and after that game, he had to go have his surgery, but he won that game, you know?
You're not saying you beat him with one hand, are you?
Watch the fight, I beat him with two, right?
Yeah.
But the injury was present. It wasn't present.
Yeah.
It didn't happen in the fight. It didn't happen post-fight. It was already 8 weeks out in camp. I hit the heavy bag. I went to the doctor and I said, something don't feel right. He said, you have bone spurs. I said, I also have a check to pick up. Let's not talk about it. Let's get through this.
Yeah.
You know? And that's why people don't understand my boxing IQ. I beat Danny from simple technique. In and out. In and out. In and out. Right?
You think Manny is the same way? Like if you box him?
But Manny, when he comes in, he doesn't come in for just two punches.
He'll do the feint and then da 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 da.
Once when he gets his hands on you, he might want to continue the.
Yeah, he always goes ba 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 ba.
Yeah, you know, he goes from. He's looking for two, but once when he gets comfortable, the two becomes four, the four becomes six, and if you allow it, the six becomes eight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's Manny Pacquiao, right? But a fighter like Danny Garcia, he's fought fighters that had quicker hand speed. Amir Khan throws a 4-punch combination, but he can at least time one in between the 3 and 4, right? So you go back and watch my fight with Danny Garcia, I barely threw 3-punch combinations. I gave him 2 punches, I was back out. Why? Because it's 1, 2, 3 we're throwing together. It's 1, 2 away, you miss, now I come back in, 2 again. So there's my 4 punches, but it's not 4 in a row. It's 2 + 2 = 4, you know? I mean, that's another thing. They don't understand how well I strategize. Sean Porter, they thought they had it. They really don't understand how well I strategize. Manny Pacquiao doesn't understand how well I strategize. And I'm going to prove once again why Keith Thurman is at the top and forever belongs at the top of the welterweight division.
When you look at him, is this like the toughest type of fight to strategize for, or you look at him and be like, nah, it's pretty simple?
It's completely opposite, right?
It's opposite.
I can see some fundamental things, but I've never been in there. I never witnessed it, right? I know ways of nullifying what he does, right? I can take it completely away. I can let him not do what he's gonna want to do, and I enjoy doing that to many fighters because it's like they get bamboozled. You prepped all these weeks to do something, and all of a sudden I make a fight that's completely different than the fight that you expected, right? But I also, this time, I miss the sport of boxing, you know? I want to have a fight that the fans like just as much as I enjoy. I want everyone to enjoy this fight, you know?
But you don't want to change with Manny, right?
Why not?
Quick hands on the inside.
Quick hands, so what? What did he do to Jeff Horn?
He beat Jeff Horn.
No.
A lot of people think he beat Jeff Horn. He beat Jeff Horn.
No. It was a draw. What did he do?
He
round by round, what did he do?
He almost had him out.
In one round.
Yeah,
round by round.
But he had him out.
12 rounds. No,
Yeah.
he didn't have him out.
He was just
He
about
did
out.
it in one
He was
round.
like this.
In one round.
Yeah.
Can you count?
Yes.
Fool, can you count?
Yes. There's 12 rounds, I know.
Okay. So what's 1 minus 12?
11.
So explain 11 more times what the fuck he did.
You think Jeff Horn won all those 11 rounds?
Jeff Horn barely did shit. Manny Pacquiao didn't do a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
On God, he didn't do a goddamn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Jeff Horn was like this.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in it. He
Duck,
roughed him up.
duck. Jeff Horn said, bitch, please. Jeff Horn was a real man.
Yeah.
He said, Manny Pacquiao, you don't got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
If he had something,
Yeah.
what would have happened?
Who, Jeff or Manny?
Jeff Horn was bigger.
Yeah.
The size was apparent. Every time Manny ducked,
Yeah.
Jeff Horn leaned on top of him, right?
Yeah.
He manhandled Manny Pacquiao, right? What else did he do? When he was standing straight up, he was right here on Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, he was on-
He was right here on
Roughing
Manny
him up.
Pacquiao. Right here. And you telling me Manny did something? No, he didn't. Those hands didn't touch. Go back and watch the fight.
Yeah.
That's the day I gave him the nickname T-Rex Arms.
Really?
I swear
Yeah.
to God.
Yeah?
Watch closely. This
Yeah.
is what you're gonna see.
Okay.
Miss.
Miss? Wow.
You're gonna see not touch.
Yeah.
Not touch. If it touch, what happens? Bop. Bop. Boop. Boop. Come on, man. Did he twist his head? Did he twist his head for 11 rounds?
Not
12
11.
rounds?
No, not 11 rounds. Not
Did
11.
he twist his head for 7 rounds?
Maybe.
He barely twisted his motherfucking head.
Yeah.
He better twist my fucking head.
Uh-huh.
I'm coming to twist his.
Yeah.
He better twist my head, man. He ain't do nothing.
Yeah.
That's why I don't got respect for him. He ain't do nothing to Jeff Horn, bro. And then Crawford went southpaw and beat Jeff Horn completely southpaw. He could have been right-handed and handled the fight in 4 rounds, but he didn't.
Did he? 5 rounds, right? Or was it 6 rounds with Terrence?
Didn't go like the whole fight or to the 8th, 9th?
Oh man, yeah.
It was like 8th, 9th?
Yeah. Terrence stopped him. Yeah.
Yeah, but right
somewhere.
before he stopped him, there was one round where he was right-handed and
Yeah.
he really put the hurt on him.
he did.
He should have just been putting the hurt on him the whole fight.
Yeah.
But he was doing a boxing experiment like I did with Bundu. Sometimes you can't tell us how to do our job.
Yeah, because you guys will flip it around.
We do what we want to do. We're working. You're watching. We're working. People are like, Errol Spence should have beat up Mikey Garcia. But Mikey Garcia didn't beat up Errol Spence. And still champion.
Yep.
He took everything that Mikey said he was going to do and made sure none of them happened. Where's your check marks, Mikey? You don't got none. Errol Spence has holes. Errol Spence can be beat. You ain't show 1/10 of your statements. And you got a lot of them. You ain't show 1/10 of them, right? I know I made a big one. Retire Manny Pacquiao, right? But at the end of the day, you'll see what happens when the fight happens. That's all that really matters.
What do you make about how Floyd fought?
And Floyd fought the way Floyd always wanted to fight.
But in terms
Defense
of,
first.
in terms of seeing that to approach a fight with Manny, I know you're saying you want to give an exciting fight, but you would
So
take
first off, I believe I'm a more defensive fighter than Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
You know, I may not have shown a lot of defensive ability in my last fight, but then again, I kind of did. I kind of actually did show defense. There was one round where my defense wasn't apparent, right? In the opening rounds, when he was swinging on me, I was almost untouchable.
moving. Yeah.
I was ducking,
And you've shown
slipping.
that. You've shown that in your prior fights. When you're on your toes moving around, it's very hard for another fighter to catch you and stop you because you're in and out moving.
And just angles. When you step, when you go to attack,
Yeah.
that's a commitment.
Yeah.
You committed to that
space.
to that angle. You
Yeah.
committed to that. As long as I can read your commitment, I can. What's the old song? When I move, you move. Just like that. When I move, you move. Just like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Boxing is a sweet science. I've tried to tell people, I try to let you know that Keith Thurman's not just a fighter, I'm a very educated fighter. You know what I mean? Einstein in the ring.
Why do
The
you think-
IQ is up there, man.
Why do you think that gets lost?
You know, People want to see people get punched in the face. That's all they really want to see.
But when it comes to you, why do you think that gets lost?
I don't know, Keith one-time Thurman, I'm supposed to be devastating. I'm looking for knockouts. They're looking for knockouts. But at the end of the day, I put 23 years in the game, not to just be a knockout artist, but to be a great champion, someone who doesn't just challenge himself, but challenges every person that gets in the ring with me. At the end of the day, that's why I say I'm not afraid to let it go. If you can beat me, because if you beat me, you see the work that I put in. If you beat me, you beat a great fighter. I've been great. Since I was young, I've been great. 7 national titles proved that I was on the path to greatness. Undefeated champion of the world. They discredit fighters so hard. I don't care that Anthony Joshua got knocked out. He's an Olympian, and he got hit by a heavyweight. Do you want to get hit by a heavyweight? Can you name one heavyweight you'd like to get hit by?
None.
Bro, this is not an easy sport.
I know.
Not today, not yesterday, and definitely not tomorrow. And they don't gotta be doing this bare knuckle boxing to show how hard it is, okay? But that's just a whole nother level of brutal combat sports, We've always, since the Coliseum, we've always been entertained by brutality, okay? That's not for everybody, Some people really enjoy team sports. I've played it growing up. There's a different kind of feeling when you're in a huddle. There's a different kind of feeling when the collective come together and make greatness within a group. It's a whole nother feeling with the coach and the team and the coaches on the team, offensive coach, defensive coach.
Have fun tomorrow.
I will.
Yeah.
I will. Face to face, baby. How can I not have fun?
I'll probably see you Monday. Give you a little downtime.
Maybe. You might see me Monday.
All right.
I might hide from you.
Okay.
So what's left to do in this camp?
Just, keep losing weight, stay to the diet, more strength and conditioning, a little bit more sparring. I mean, the fight's not tomorrow. It's a month away. The fight's not tomorrow. It's a
month away, but really 3 weeks, right, of work, because that last week it's fight week. You don't really do anything, right?
Besides put the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Mentally prepared.
The last week of the fight
is all mental.
Is here.
Yeah. How so?
When you backstage in the locker room, right?
Yeah.
When the football team gets together, when game day is nothing but an expression of your preparation, right? Champions don't win by luck, right?
Yeah. No, they put in the time. That's how they win. Repetition.
Luis did not win by luck.
Yeah. A lot of people don't give him the credit, but I agree with you.
He did not. That was not luck. Preparation. Champions prepare. Man, you always say, you want to be a champion, boy? You got to train like a champion, right? What's the one thing we can say about Floyd Mayweather?
Train like
hard work, dedication.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Retired. Successful.
That's true.
It's done. Look. I felt like I was always in the shadow because that's the welterweight division, right? I always wanted to be at the top level, It's not about paper chasing for me. It's about just being the best. We're here to compete. Let's compete at the top. I make it to the top. How long can you stay at the top? There's plenty of fighters. They make it to the top. They have their time. They fall down, right? There's successful Fortune 500 companies, and then all of a sudden, fucking Amazon hits and fucking ruins everybody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's why I love one time. I'm only gonna be here one time. I'm here to make history. Manny Pacquiao is gonna be a part of my history. I'm a part of his history, and we as a collective are a part of boxing history. You cannot demeanor me. You cannot make me feel like a sometime, like a once upon a time. You will never make me feel that way. hard work, dedication, living a dream is my motivation. See, I always add something to other people's sayings.
This fight, if you beat Manny, you have a victory over Porter. You have a victory over Danny Garcia. You have a victory over Manny Pacquiao. Does that make you the #1 welterweight in the world?
I have been and will be the #1 welterweight in the world. Say what you want. The day I get beat is the day somebody steps above me, you know? And if they want to argue somebody else is, let them argue. It's not my job to argue. It's my job to fight the contracts I sign. That's my job, you know? And I believe that Thurman Spence is a great fight. But it's not the fight of 2019. It just wasn't going to be. If I wasn't an injured athlete, the fight could have already been happened or been delayed till today where it could have happened. Boxing is such an individual sport. It's very hard. We have to take things as they come. I didn't hit the #1 position to step out of boxing and watch everybody else compete. You know? If that was the case, I would have announced retirement like Floyd did early on in his career and then came back and got titles all over again. I would have vacated both titles. That was never the plan. You know? And I'm truly grateful that I could even step back in the ring. 2 years out of the ring, in my depressed states, I'm thinking to myself, what if you really could never box again? Very depressing. It increases my depression at the time, you know, to ponder, right? You have morbid thinking. The one thing about depression is they have a negative thinking pattern. You get caught into thinking negatively, you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel because you pulled yourself out of the light, you know? Here I am, I'm back, I'm revived.
Touching on that, I've seen Tyson Fury, and he made a big old push about people being upfront with their depression, confronting their mental health and their depression. And he said, you know, the way he got out of it was being active, thinking positively, and going into a routine. With you saying that, I guess what got you out of that? The negative thinking, the depression, and how bad was it? Was it to a point like where Tyson was?
I wasn't given the green light from my doctor.
Yeah.
You're okay, you're good to go. You're okay, you're good to go. Month by month, no green light, no green light, no green light, you know? The only thing is, ultimately they said, you will be back. And here I am, I'm back, you know? They say things might happen again, you know? This is sports. These hands weren't built to punch each other. We're computers and freaking tiles, shackles, you know what I mean?
So, and you're counting money too.
You know, checkbook, you know what I mean? These hands weren't made for that, you know? And everybody knows that the puncher dilemma is that you can hurt your own hands trying to hurt other fighters because you punch so hard. I mean, it's the activity helped me get out. When I finally had the contract, when I knew I was going to fight Jose Cito Lopez, you know, that I finally got to see light at the end of the tunnel, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're going to get back in the sport. You got Jose Cito Lopez. He's training. He's known for months that he's most likely getting this fight. They've been waiting for it to be finalized. You know, he's already been preparing for it because he wants this world title. He trained to defeat me, you know? I trained to defeat him, but I had to just train to get back. I just knew that the way Keith Thurman boxes, once again, is not easy to overcome. Never has been. Since I was young, competing in the national tournaments, even when I was getting beat at the highest level. Keith Thurman competes at the highest level, and I'm just proud of that. I said, I got to, I'm not afraid to let it go. Beat me. Because when you beat me, at least I know I was prepared, you know? And it's proven in this training camp, once when I'm back, this is how well prepared I get for fights.
Keith, we're gonna let you go. Thank you, I appreciate it. Go enjoy a good meal, some good rest.